Are we seeing the symptoms as our problem? Is it lack of money, lack of health, lack of peace? Is that our problem? Because if we're praying at that level and trying to hold all the symptoms at bay, our answered prayers or demonstrations may be short-lived. That may be seen as sticking our fingers in a dam to hold back the water, instead of analyzing why the water's currents got down to where the dam is in the first place, or at the very least, analyzing what the dam is made of. Why is it corroding? Why is it leaking through? Right? That would be analogous to addressing the root cause. Do we have the courage to look past those surface things to the root cause? And one more question, and this may be the most interesting question of the day for us all to contemplate. If we trace things back sufficiently enough, do we perhaps find one ultimate root cause? No matter what part of life the symptoms may be manifesting from? For instance, could a lack of health be related to financial insecurity, be related to relationship problems? Could it be? I often wonder why the Buddhists say in their loving kindness meditation practice something that sounds like this. May I have happiness and the root of happiness. May I be free from suffering and the root of suffering. May you be happy and enjoy the root of happiness. I always wondered why it resonated with me, and if they're really digging in to this section on the Sermon on the Mount to prepare for you guys, I'm starting to get it. I'm someone who believes in the unity of all things. So yes, I tend to believe there's one ultimate root cause that manifests in disease or lack in a multitude of different ways. And here is that one ultimate root cause. Are you ready? We probably have to go no further than this. It's a lack of alignment of our personal selves to our divine selves. That's it. That's what it is. And that's probably the reason why, if you start to study the various master teachers, they'll tell you that the most powerful prayer is, the Father and I are one. Like Jesus taught us, God and I are one. Or, as the Buddhists say, all things are one. Or as Emmett Fox had said in The Golden Key, if you have a problem today, get your focus off the problem, put your focus on God, and the problem will soon end. All of these things, what do they all have in common? They all are taking our focus and redirecting it to our divine essence. That's the deal. Okay, so now you know what the problem is, but what should I be praying for? Well, in all cases, very simply, we can pray that we understand, or that other people understand, that we are divine in nature. Or, in other words, may I, they, he, she, them be receptive to divine knowledge and timing. Okay, so is it enough to pray this prayer once? To just be aware that I am divine in nature? Is this enough? Will this fix the root cause of all my problems today? What do you think? No. We get a couple no's, we get a couple of yeses. You're both right. The answer is yes and no. Yes, if you know this and align all other parts of your life and day to this sentiment, to this truth, and don't stray from that, that is, if you don't act opposed to this sentiment in your thoughts, words, and actions, then yeah, it's going to work. However, the answer is no. If you say something like, God and I are one, I inherit all good from God, and then throughout your day you act from the vantage point of your lower self and reinforce your feelers, and believe in the actual numbers in your bank account, and believe that it's the various human machines in your life that provide your supply, and every ache and pain is your destiny, and you fantasize persistently about your lack and your human needs and your human conditions. If you do these very common and easy to do things that we have all done, probably done them all in the last hour, right? Each one of us has probably done one version of this, one theme on this. It's so easy to do. If we do it, we've made the shift back to materialism, which will at the very least counteract our prayers. Well, you say to yourself, but it's so easy and completely normal to do. I believe what you're saying. But how do I stay in that place of receptivity and alignment to my divine self? Good question. Not easy. But the plan is simple. 2 words, you ready? This whole talk is just so simple, it's just so hard at the same time. Be mindful. Practice mindfulness. Live in the here and now. Be mindful of what you're thinking, and it will do the following 3 things. There's just no way around it. It will do these things. Number 1, it keeps you alert to the counterproductive, not based in reality, not based in truth, thoughts that you may be holding in mind. The second thing it's going to do is it's going to keep you away from the fear of what might happen in the future. If I'm living in the present moment, I'm here, my mind is here, my body is here. And this is going to keep our relative fear level low. And the final thing it will do is it will teach you by demonstration over and over again that in the present moment, things are nowhere near as bad than in the present moment. Plus, what if? What if this? What if that? What if it never ends? What if I can't handle it? What if I don't know what to do? What if the money doesn't come in? Living in the present moment extinguishes all the what if statements. It's my favorite part of it. Then you may ask, good, so mindfulness is the answer to all my problems today. But how do I get better at that? Simple. Again, simple. But again, not easy, because it's going to take commitment and discipline on our part. And that is to meditate regularly and consistently. If you give yourself the gift with no focus of trying to control the outcome or your symptoms of meditation, I will not promise you all your symptoms will be exactly as you would want them to be when you started your journey. And I would not be foolish enough to promise you that all your disease and lack and challenges will go away quickly, if at all. But what I can promise you is that life will improve. And what that does is make the symptoms more manageable and less problematic. And what that does is enable you to live with the symptoms and not have them bother you as much. And what that will do is enable you to see more and more of the abundant blessings that are in and around you each second of your day, some big, some small. And all that will do is change your life completely for the better.